If everybody is ready for this extravaganza of movement. So remember that this is beginner's level. Like last week, we're going to be focusing on technique. Really nailing down the technique. So if you are more experienced, we're just focusing on getting the detail into every single exercise so that we are aware of why we're doing something, what we're moving, etc. All right. So we just start with our feet, knees, hips in alignment. And just get a sense of really feeling your feet on the ground. So just move your toes on the floor. So we're just coming out of our heads, right into our bodies. Good. Lovely. And just get a sense that you're standing in between two panes of glass. And just get a sense of what that does to your posture. Do you need to alter? I don't know, but just get a sense of what that might feel like. And at the same time, being aware of just being pulled up very lightly. So you're coming up out of your ribcage, as opposed to that, just gently pulling ourselves up out of our ribcage. Good. And let's just focus on the lungs or on the ribcage. If you'd like to place your hands on your ribcage, breathing in, but feeling the ribcage expand nice and wide. And exhale. Getting a sense of those ribs, the bottom of the ribs, being drawn down to the hips. And breathing in. And breathing out. And twice more. And with that exhalation, you can start bringing in a little pursed lips as you breathe out. So you can perhaps get a sense of this area contracting. Good, and then on that last one, as you exhale, that gentle squeeze around the perineum, like you're squeezing a sponge, like you're desperate to go to the loo. Good. So throughout the exercises, it's that gentle contraction that we use when we exhale during effort to protect the lower back. All right. So keeping that lovely sense of posture, I invite you just to lift your right arm, breathing in. And exhale, drop it down. We're staying with the right arm. So staying with that right arm, breathing in. We're not just lifting the arm, we're aware of what's happening with the shoulder blade behind us. So when we lift the arm, this part of the shoulder isn't raised. And then we just drop it down to the side. Nice and easy. One more. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's swapping over. Swap over to the left. Breathing in. Breathing out. Keeping that tall posture the whole time. Breathing in. Breathing out. Good. And one more. Good, good, good. Now let's rise up onto our toes, take those arms nice and wide. And exhale slowly down, slowly down. So we're keeping that posture. Make sure you've got enough room. Breathing in. And gently out. So we're really slowing this down. We're working against gravity. It's like when you come down, you're pressing down through thick air. So really working all those muscles, slow the movement down as you come down. Breathing in, breathing out. Twice more. Good. And one more. Good. Place one hand on your hip, so your left hand on your left hip. We lift up our right arm, inhale, exhale, we rotate, but we keep the hips forward. So we're just rotating through the upper body. Good. Swapping over, breathing in. And we rotate. Good. So really slow this down, get that lovely rotation, but we keep the hips forward. So we're just rotating the upper body. Good. Let's do one more on each side. Good. Last one. Good, good. Nice and easy. Let's just turn the head to the right, breathing in, breathing out. Let's just roll the head around. Looking up to the other side, breathing in, breathing out. Roll the head around. Good. Let's just hold the head here to the right. Take your left arm, stretch it away so you feel a lovely stretch through the top of the neck. Good. And swapping over, turn the head to the left. Feel that stretch through the side of the neck, and at the same time push away with that arm. Push away with the opposite arm. Good, lovely. Good, good, good. Such a nice stretch. Good, good, good. All right, let's go into our first roll down. Breathing in, chin to chest, so we get that lovely elongation through the back of the neck. Soften the knees. Inhale, exhale, let's start to roll down. Feeling the head is heavy, the arms are heavy. You're articulating each part of the spine. So you're not just going down to touch your toes, but imagining that your spine is just mobilized one vertebra after another, hang down, breathing in twice, feeling the rib cage expand nice and wide, just getting a sense of how you feel this morning. And then as you exhale for the last time, bend your knees, coming up but slide your bottom down that invisible wall, so that you keep the spine flexed. You feel the lower back imprint, the mid back imprint, the upper back imprint, and then lastly the head comes up. Good. Now let's take those legs nice and wide. Good. Feet pointing out in 45 degrees. And we're just going to bend down, sliding down in between those two panes of glass. Arms come up to shoulder height, pressing up. Good. So we're just warming ourselves up a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. But slow it down, so when we're going down slowly, so we're really feeling a lovely stretch through the legs, pressing up as you come back up. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now let's take the arms nice and wide as you go down. Inhale. Exhale, but press it up. So we're working through those legs, pushing ourselves up, really feeling those quadriceps work. Inhale. Exhale, two more. Last one. Hold it here if you can, and we're just going to pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the arms down. Slowly come up. Bring your feet parallel. Bring them all the way back in. I'm just going to go to the top of the mat as we go into our roll down and then onto the mat, onto all fours. Good. Breathing in, keep that lovely posture. Inhale, exhale, chin to chest. rolling down. So the head is heavy, and that then helps flex the upper part of the spine, and then the mid back, and then the low back as we roll down. See if we can get our fingertips anywhere near the floor. That gives an indication of how your hamstrings are feeling. Bend your knees. Let's get our fingertips and our palms onto the mat. And keeping them there, let's see if we can just straighten the legs a little bit more. Be kind to yourself this morning. Be kind. Good. All right. And then from here, let's walk ourselves onto the mat, onto all fours. Good, good, good. So your knees are right underneath your hips and your hands are right underneath your shoulders. So a little box position. And we're just going to do a well-known exercise, cat and cow. But this way, we inhale, you tuck the head under, you tuck the pelvis under. Really trying to get your head to meet your bottom, if that makes sense. Exhale, we drop through into that little extension. So we're still mobilizing the spine. Breathing in, tucking under, really arch that back up. And exhale, dropping down into that little extension. Good, lovely, 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 lovely. Okay. So from here, I invite us all to go onto the mat, onto your tummy. We're going to do some bottom work. We're going to work into our legs. Forehead is resting on your hands. You've got that pickup underneath your waist. So your belly button is gently being pulled into your tummy. Your legs are in a soft V position. Your shoulders are relaxed. You can feel your pelvis onto the mat. This is where the focus is. Your pubic bone and possibly the sides of your hip bones, but mostly your pubic bone. That is what we want to focus on. So we're going to do straight leg raise. You lengthen the left leg, so lengthen it, so it's a slight brace in the knee. Squeeze into your bottom, and we lift as you exhale. Inhale to lower, and we swap over. Exhale. So we lift the right leg, but we're focusing on that pelvis stays nice and low. Inhale to lower, so slowing this down deliberately. Exhale. Left leg, squeeze it up. Inhale to lower. Exhale, right leg. So it's not a big movement, but that pelvis stays cemented. That's where your focus is, please. So we're squeezing into our bum, getting some delicious work into our bottoms, but the pelvis stays level, so we're not rocking around that pelvis. Good. Inhale to release. Exhale. Good. No tension in the lower back. Squeeze into your bottom. Deliberately squeeze your bum before you lift. That's what activates it, so we're not using our hamstrings. 2 more if you can. Last one. Squeeze into your bum. And lower. Good, good, good. All right. So this next exercise is called single leg kick. If you haven't done it before, let me show you what it looks like. You start with the left leg. You point the foot. You bring your heel to your bum. So it's point, and then you flex the foot. Flex, point, and then you lengthen. And then we swap over. Point, flex, point, and lengthen. Good. And we swap over. Point, flex, point, lengthen. Point, flex, point, lengthen. We're still keeping that focus around the pelvis. Point, flex, point, Lengthen it slowly. So we're working into the quadriceps as well as the hamstrings. And it's also challenging our brain. Point, flex, point, lengthen. So it's a little pulse. Point, flex, point, lengthen. Point, flex, point, lengthen. Point, flex, point, lengthen. One more on each side. Point, flex, point, lengthen. Point, flex, point, and lengthen. Okay. Good, good, good. All right, relax it down. That's enough of all that silly leg work. I invite you now just to take your hands either side of the mat, quite wide, forehead resting on the mat. And we just go into an upper body extension, but the eyes stay down, or the head stays down. So we inhale to prepare. And exhale, we simply squeeze through the shoulder blades, lift the upper body to the bottom of the rib cage, breathing in at the top, and exhale down. Good. Inhale, exhale, squeeze through the shoulder blades, lifting the upper body, the head stays looking down, just to the bottom of the rib cage, and lower. As you inhale, so it's just a 2 breath. Exhale. Inhale to release. So really we're still focusing around that pelvis, keeping it nice and solid. But we're really squeezing into the shoulder blades, working the upper thoracic muscles in the back to help us lift. No tension creeping into that lower back, please, or into the shoulders. 2 more. Good. And last one. Good. Lovely. Well done. Well done. All right. Let's go back into that little shell stretch. Take your knees nice and wide, dropping back onto your heels, stretching out that lower back and the upper back. Good. Good, good. Okay, lovely. Well done. All right. So, I invite you to grab your bag if you have one, and we're going to do go into our spine twist. So, if you need a block to sit on a block or a cushion, have it to hand. The reason why we may need a block is if you've got tight hamstrings, it might not be that comfortable sitting. The idea is we stay lovely and tall. So in the exercise, we're not collapsing. So you can sit legs out like that. If you've got lovely long hamstrings, you can sit with your knees bent, whichever is comfortable. The whole point is that you're lovely and tall. So find a posture that works for you. You've got a band. Gently place the band about just slightly wider than shoulder width between your thumb and forefinger. Place palms down, gently open that band. So we've got a gentle squeeze into our shoulders. Nice and tall, breathing in, breathing out. We keep everything in alignment. So the middle of the nose, the middle of the chest, the middle of the band as we rotate. And we're focusing on those hip bones, that nothing moves. Good, breathing in to come back. Breathing out. So the hips don't lift. Good. So it's nice and slow, deliberate. So we're really working all those muscles either side of the spine. and the obliques. But we stay tall. In fact, we get taller each time, so we're not collapsing into that spine. Slow it down, slow it down. Good, one more each side. Good, good, good. Lovely. Coming back to the center. Take that band slightly wider, slightly wider. Place it just not above your head, but slightly in front, but pulling that band wider. So you're getting that lovely squeeze through the shoulder blades. Wider, wider, wider. Good. And we're doing 4 of these, 2 on each side. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in to come back. Lovely and tall, 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 tall. And we rotate. But those hip bones or the sitting bones are not rocking. Breathing in to come back. And one more. Good, lovely. Let's relax that down. Let's roll those shoulders. Place one hand on the floor, reaching up and stretch up. Good, opening up through the side. Ah, so nice. Put that hand down, reaching up, breathing in, breathing out, stretching. Good, lovely, brilliant. All right, so if you're sitting on a cushion, get rid of that cushion, keep your band. As we go into a little bit of roll back. So, we're just going to start with all of us just placing the band around our feet. Now the feet, let me show you, the feet are hip width apart. If you can see that, they're not together, they're hip width apart. So you're pressing into the band, so we're also getting a little bit of work into our bottoms. You grab the band by your ankles and then you pull the band up to your knees. So you've got a really tight band there. Good. Between thumb and forefinger. Nice and upright. And all we're going to do is flex that spine and roll back halfway. So it's lovely and controlled. Breathing in to come back to the tall position. Breathing out, flex the spine. That's the focus, the flexion of that lower back. We're trying to mobilize that lower back. Good. Inhale to come back. Exhale, flex that spine as we roll back. Good. The shoulders are relaxed. Relax those shoulders, please. Inhale to come all the way back up. Tall, tall, tall. Curl that spine. Oh, enjoy that curl. You're using the band to help you. Go back a little bit further. Curl that spine. Curl as you roll back. Good. Make sure those feet are still in line with your knees. They haven't crept in. Good. 2 more. And then we're going to go into the roll up. You can use your band if you need to. If you don't need to, just do 1 more of these. And it's keeping that principle of the curling up, or the curling of the spine. All right. So keep the band if you would like to for the roll up. If you haven't used it before with the band, let me show you. You just use the band. You roll all the way down. Inhale, exhale, rolling all the way up. So you're mobilizing the whole spine. That's with the band. Without the band, we lengthen those legs, staying on our sitting bones, arms out front, breathing in, breathing out, and we flex that spine like we did just now. We roll, we slow it down, feel the whole back imprint against the mat, arms to the floor. Head touches the floor. Inhale, head lifts. Exhale, we roll ourselves up. Roll ourselves up. All the way back up into that lovely tall position. And then we roll down. But it's important to focus on that mobilizing of each vertebra imprinting against the mat. Inhale, head lifts. Exhale, we squeeze up and we squeeze each part of the vertebra, rolling back up. Lovely. 3 more if you can. Inhale, exhale, rolling down. This time the arms can come up to the ceiling. Inhale, head lifts. Exhale, arms lower as you use that momentum to bring you all the way up. Good. Rolling down, such a lovely, working all the way through to the feet. Arms lift to the ceiling. Exhale, coming all the way up. Good. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And then from here, let's roll all the way back down, onto the mat. And let's give ourselves a good full body stretch. Grab one wrist, and that same side, just push away with that foot. You've got a lovely stretch all the way through the side. Good. And swapping over. So all of these stretches aren't just filling time, it's also just assessing how your body feels. Lovely. Okay. So bending your knees, bringing your feet onto the mat, feet, knees, hips in alignment. We're going to focus on our pelvis now. If you need to have a little towel or a cushion under your head for this work, please place it there now. All that does is just make sure that your neck is nice and long. Going back to basics, you're in neutral pelvis. Neutral pelvis is that imprint, so your lower back is against the mat. We just rotate the pelvis slightly forward so you feel that little gap underneath your belly, underneath your waist. Placing hands on your hip bones. And we're just going to start with a very gentle dropping the left knee out. So a little hip drop. And bring it back in, but focusing on that pelvis staying absolutely cemented. Inhale to lower. Exhale to bring it back up. So we're focusing on this whole abdominal area, staying lovely and stable as the knee drops out. The other knee stays absolutely stable. That's where we're working. So as the one leg drops out, we're working on the opposite side to keep the pelvis nice and stable. So one more on each side. Good, lovely. Now going back to that first leg, we're just very gently going to bring in a little knee lift. Inhale and exhale, you lower. As you lower, as the foot touches, we swap over. So nice and gentle, bringing that leg into the one leg 100 position. And exhale, we lower. But as you're lowering that leg, you're really focusing on the space between your ribs and your hips so that your pelvis does not tilt forward. Good. So the weight of your leg as you lower it will be drawing your pelvis forward, but that's where we use the muscles of the abdomen to control that movement. And then when we swap over, making sure that the knees don't wobble. So it's all about control. Slow this down. Lift the leg as you inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. And last one. Good, lovely. So we're going to put all of that together. I'm going to get you to lift up your left leg into one leg 100. And we're going to go into one leg circle. So we're drawing a circle on the ceiling with your knee. We inhale, we draw that leg in towards you. We drop it out. And then we draw a circle on the ceiling. So a lovely circle. 3 in one direction. And we're focusing on keeping that pelvis solid on the floor. So you are working around your middle to keep that whole area stabilized. And the other knee is staying lovely and soft. Good. And then back in the other direction. Keeping your thumbs on your rib cage and your fingertips on your hip bones will give you that idea of what's happening around your middle. Inhale and exhale. Good. Slowing this down. Good. So finishing your last circle, lower that leg. Bring the other leg up into one leg 100. That's your starting position. Check you're still in neutral pelvis. Inhale, draw that knee in towards you. Exhale, we drop it out. Drawing that circle on the ceiling with the knee. Good. So you make the circle as big or as small as long as you can maintain the stability. So the other knee stays, or the other leg stays lovely and solid. In other words, it's not wobbling. Good. And then 3 in the other direction. Good. Lovely. Really working around your center to keep those hips lovely and stable. Good. And when you finish your last one, bring your leg back to the center. Bring the other leg up. Cross those ankles, and then just draw those knees in towards you and just rock gently side to side. Just massaging that lower back. Good. Lovely. Okay. Alrighty. Feet, knees, hips in alignment. What I invite you to do is to take your arms nice and wide, bend your elbows, and then cradle the back of your head. We're just going to do a little bit of abdominal work, but keeping the focus around the pelvis, the space between ribs and hips. As we go into a little sequence, the head is lifted very slightly, your head is heavy in your hands. The eyes are looking up. In other words, sorry, they're looking at the ceiling. We breathe in to prepare. Breathe out. You simply curl up, squeeze that space between your ribs and your hips, belly button to spine. Inhale to come back. So it's not a big movement, but we're squeezing. Squeeze that sponge between your legs as well. So there's a massive amount of contraction happening around your pelvic floor. Exhale. If you can't feel it, breathe through pursed lips, close your mouth. You should feel a lovely contraction, pulling belly button to spine. Inhale to come back. Make sure your head is heavy in your hands. Good. 3 more if you can. Good. Nothing is moving. You're staying in neutral. Your knees aren't moving. You're just drawing those ribs to your hips, belly button to spine, pelvic floor contracting. Lovely. Now on this next one, we're going to bring in those knee lifts. So we curl up, we draw the knee in. And then slowly release down as you exhale. Sorry, inhale, exhale. Inhale to release. When we lower that knee, making sure that the pelvis does not tilt forward too much. You're staying neutral, so you're working around your middle still. If the neck is starting to feel tired, don't lift up that much. In fact, you can just leave your head where it is and just do the knee lifts. Good. Just 2 more like this. 1 more on each side. You want to work harder, we just curl up a little higher. Good. And we're slowing this down. Good. Feet on the floor, last little bit, a little pulse. So we're curling up, keep it the position up as we're looking at the ceiling, as we curl up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly release down. Good, good, good. Good. Lovely, well done. Bring your knees into your chest. And just rock very gently side to side, just easing out those abdominals. Good. And then very gently, let's roll onto our side. Now, if you need a cushion for this, place a cushion underneath your head. If you don't have a cushion, you can just cradle your head in your hands like that. But we're on our sides. You've got that gentle pickup underneath your waist. And what I mean by that is your hips are stacked up. You haven't just collapsed down. You're still working. So you've got that little gap underneath your waist. You're in clam position. So your knees are bent, ankles are together, and your ankles are in line with your bottom. So you're lying like you're against an invisible wall. That invisible wall again, what's up with you? You're obsessed with it. All right, and we're just going to start with those very gentle clams. So we squeeze the top knee up, and we gently lower. What we're doing is to the count of 4. So we lift it 2, 3, 4, we lower 2, 3, 4. We lift, so we're squeezing. You want to place your hand on your bottom. You can feel exactly where you're working. Lower, 2, 3, 4. Lift, 2, 3, 4. Squeezing up, lower, 2, 3. It's just as important to lower the legs slowly because you're still working these muscles. Why were we doing this? We're working the gluteus medius and minimus, which are so important when we're standing to stabilize the pelvis. Fantastic for exercise, running. Good. Lovely. 2 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. 2, 3, 4. Let's hold it up here, of course, as we pulse up. We just pulse the little knee up for 8, 7. Squeeze it up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently lower halfway. Extend that leg. You thought we'd finished, didn't you? Oh no. So the leg is lifted, it's parallel. As we just do our little circles. We take the leg in a lovely circle. Forward, up, and around. Forward, up, and around. Forward, up, and around. 3 more in this direction. Good. 2 and 1, and then back in the other direction for 8. So deliberate circles where we're keeping the hips stacked up, we're not collapsing that waist. Let's go for 5. Make the circle as big or as small as you can manage. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Hold it there and gently bend that leg, relax it down. And just because I'm feeling generous, let's focus on that top arm. Let's just do 3 little lovely arm circles. Breathing in, breathing out. So really mobilizing into that top shoulder. You can roll back a little bit with it if you want. But let's just mobilizing. So 3 in one direction, and then 3 in the other direction. Good. Good, good, good. Fantastic. All righty. Good. So let's actually roll on to the other side. And let's get this over with now. Let's go and roll on to the other side. So you know the setup. You're on your side. You're in clam position. Ankles together, knees together. Your feet are in line with your bottom. You've got that little gap underneath your waist. And we just gently squeeze up that top knee. To the count of 4. And lower the count of 4. Good. Squeeze up. 2, 3, 4. And lower. 2, 3, 4. Squeeze up. 2, 3, 4. And lower. 2, 3, 4. Really squeeze, making sure when you lift, your hips aren't rocking back, just staying against that invisible wall. 2, 3, 4. Squeeze up slowly, slowly. Good. And lower. 2, 3, 4. 3 more if you can. Good. And lower. Squeeze it up. And lower. And last 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's hold it up here. Hold it up. Whatever shall we do? Let's squeeze it up. 8, 7. Really squeeze it up. Press it up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it halfway. Let's extend that leg, lengthen that leg. Keep that lovely gap underneath your waist as we go into those circles, those little gentle circles. Good. We're pointing the foot. Good. We're going for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then back in the other direction. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's hold it there, hold it there. Bend that leg, relax it down. See, I'm being so gentle on this Saturday morning. All right, let's go into those arm circles. We breathe in, breathing out. Good. 3 in one direction, just mobilizing that top shoulder. Good, then back in the other direction. Just really working out how that shoulder feels. Don't stress it. Make the circle as big or as small as you need to. Okay, lovely. Relaxing that down. All right, let's place that cushion to one side and let's roll ourselves onto our tummies. So we're going to go to our swan dive. Hands on either side of the mat. Your feet are in that soft V position. You've got that pickup underneath your waist. And we just start with that lovely preparation where we inhale, we roll the head out, looking forward. Exhale, we come up onto the bottom of the rib cage. Arms are still supporting us. Inhale, and exhale to lower. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, come up to the bottom of the rib cage. No tension in the lower back. And exhale to lower. Now stay at that level if that's enough for you. Otherwise, on the next one, we roll the head forward, looking forward. We can use our arms here now to just help lift us up. Pressure on the arms. Good. Breathing in, and then slowly lowering. Good. Maybe 3 or 4 more, coming up to whichever level is comfortable for you. Lifting the torso, and then bringing the weight of the arms, whether you come up onto a bent arm or a straight arm. And then slowly lower. Really what's important is that you stay safe with this exercise. You're pulling your belly button into your spine, squeezing into your bottom, protecting your lower back. If that's enough, just coming up with your elbows on the floor, then that's fine. Good. You can, if you feel comfortable, then just put a little bit of weight onto your hands to just lift yourself forward. Good. And one more. Just going to have a little look. Good. Lovely. Show off your forehead, show off your chest. Good. And slowly lowering yourself all the way back down. Lovely. Good, good, good. Let's take those knees nice and wide. Come up onto your knees, dropping back into that little chill stretch. Good. All right. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And then swing your legs under. Swing your legs under. Roll yourself onto your backs. Feet, knees, hips are in alignment. I'd like your feet to be quite close to your bottom. Making sure that they are in alignment. You are in neutral. Your hands are either side of the mat as we go into our shoulder bridge. And we start off with this exercise by inhaling and exhaling. We just tilt the pelvis so you feel the whole lower back imprint. And then inhale, we come back to neutral. Exhale, tilt the pelvis just to feel that whole back imprint. And then back into neutral. And now we can go into that shoulder bridge. As you inhale, exhale, tilt the pelvis, squeeze your bottom as you roll through, lifting your hips, driving those hips up to the ceiling as you roll through the whole spine, resting onto your shoulder blades, breathing in at the top, breathing out slowly, you roll down so you keep your hips high as long as you can as you roll through the spine, all the way through, imprint, back into neutral. Inhale, exhale, tilt, peel that pelvis off as you roll through the spine, drive the hips up, into that lovely ski slope position, breathing in at the top and breathing out. Good. Lovely. Working those glutes all the while. Inhale, exhale, tilt, heel, roll yourself all the way up onto the shoulder blades. Breathing in at the top and slowly down. Good. Let's do two more like this. Inhale, exhale, tilt, heel, roll. Good. And slowly down. So you're really squeezing your bottom throughout the whole exercise to keep the pelvis up. All the way back down. Last one. Inhale, exhale, tilt, heel, roll. And we're going to stay up here as we're just going to pulse those hips up to the ceiling. So we're squeezing into your bottom as we pulse up for 8, 7, squeeze your bum, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly, slowly, slowly release all the way down. Good, good, good. Well done. All right. So you're back in your neutral position. Last little exercise. I'd like you to bring your arms up to the ceiling. Fingers pointing to the ceiling. Your palms are facing forwards. Your shoulder blades are lovely and wide. In other words, your shoulders aren't by your ears. We're going to go into our single leg dead bug. I'd like you to bring your left leg up into one leg 100. You are in neutral pelvis throughout this whole exercise. If you haven't done it before, we inhale, we take the arms back, and the leg extends. Exhale, we come back. The whole idea is the rib cage, we're focusing on that. Rib cage, the upper back does not move. As you inhale, take the arms back to the ears. Exhale, come back. So the leg extends at the same time as the arms go back. The leg is lovely and high. So we're neutral pelvis, and we're focusing on that rib cage, being very solid on the floor. Inhale. So it's all about stability of the trunk. So the weight of the arms is trying to pull that rib cage up, but we're keeping it connected, rib-hip connection. Good, lovely. Let's keep the arms where they are. Lower that leg. Bring the other leg up into one leg 100. As we inhale, we extend that leg lovely and high, and the arms go behind us. Straight arms. If the arms need to be wider, then do so. Inhale. Exhale. Good. 2 more. Extend that leg up. Lovely work in the quadriceps. Good. And 1 more. And bring it back. Good. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Well done. So if you've got your band to hand, let's grab your band. Place the band under one foot. Place your elbows onto the mat. You can either keep the other leg bent or straight. And let's lengthen that leg in the band and draw it close to. Let's see if we can get a lovely stretch through those hamstrings. I know the word lovely might not be what you'd be saying at the moment. But let's see if we can just really draw that leg in towards you. Bend the knee, find that new position, and let's see if we can straighten the leg from there. Good. Lovely. All right, bend that knee. Place the other foot into the band. Lengthen the other leg away. And pull that leg in towards you, getting that lovely stretch. Bend the knee, get that new position, and then from there, lengthen the leg. So we're just challenging ourselves a little bit more, just really trying to increase that flexibility through the hamstring. Because what that does is it helps ease pressure around the pelvis. Good. Oh. So relax that leg in the band. Bend your knees, bring both knees together, arms nice and wide. And let's just roll the hips over to one side and turn your head to the other side. So just a very gentle hip roll. Only take the legs down as far as it's comfortable, no pain or tension in your lower back. Breathing into that. Pulling belly button into spine, coming back to the center, and then dropping the legs the other side. Good. Good, good, good. All right. Last little one, cross your left ankle over your right knee, reach through behind your thigh, and then pull that leg in towards you, just to give a lovely stretch through your bottom. Good. Gently release that. Swapping over, right over left, reach through behind the left leg, and pull that leg in towards you. Good. And release that leg down, lengthen those legs, take your arms behind you. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's see if we can come up nice and easily and gently. Rolling yourself up into that lovely seated position. Whichever way is comfortable. Swing your legs under. Tuck your toes under. Lift your knees. And then from there, very gently, let's roll ourselves up into that lovely, tall, balanced position. Good. And let's just finish with that lovely coming up onto our toes, arms to shoulder height. And exhale down. And breathing in. Breathing out, lovely balance. And this time, we're coming up. And we're just going to go down into that little squat. Good. Pushing our hands behind us, squeezing into the shoulder blades. Breathing in, coming up onto our toes. Breathing out, pressing back. Good. Knees over toes. Last one, coming up. Coming down, let's press back, squeeze into your shoulder blades. Squeeze for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly coming up. Let's just breathe in. Let's open up those arms nice and wide. And inhale, exhale. Good. And shake those arms out. Shake those legs out. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Thank you very much for joining in.